Yo, what's up GameLeapers, Coach Ease here, and we have an amazing video for you today because I'm going to be breaking down the Pro Guides ad that is still running on our uploads. I'm just joking, of course, but what I will be analyzing is gameplay of the most broken champion in League at the moment and what you can do to win every game like my boy Showmaker. Now, yesterday's video, you guys seemed to really enjoy it, so I have decided to keep it going with the VOD analysis, and in this one as well, I'm going to be giving you tips that will change how you play this game and the champion we're about to reveal, so do not go anywhere. Now guys, I'm not telepathic, so you're going to have to let me know you enjoy this type of content by smashing the like button instead of your mouse for a change, and I would also love it if you could throw some suggestions at me on which champion to go over next time. Now before we send it guys, please, I'm urging you to check out our website GameLeap.com because I know for a fact that you are guaranteed to improve by signing up because you will get access to our exclusive content designed to teach you and help you escape ELO hell. Our hundreds of courses, guides, and videos are made by the best to help you become the best. Links as always in the description and comment section. Alright, let's get into it, and without further ado, the most broken champion we're going to be looking at is Azir. Psych, Azir's terrible right now. It's actually YONE, so what do you have to do on YONE to win your lane every single time? And hopefully game. So when the lane starts guys, Showmaker is auto-attacking this minion a couple of times because this guarantees the push. And the reason for doing this is that he will hit level 2 before Sylas and have control over the lane. So in your games, if your opponent forgets you are weak early game and lets you do this for free, just do it, and we ain't talking Nike. And even in Diamond, players don't punish you for it. Now look at this. From the first wave, Showmaker has 3 ranged minions left. Sylas has 1. Giving Showmaker the upper hand if they were to trade, right? So he tries to force a trade knowing he will win it by walking towards Sylas. I mean, look at how amazed his chat is by this little tactic. Few symbols are flying across the screen. Now Sylas though rightfully backs off, and if Showmaker chased any more, he would take aggro from the next wave and probably from the tower too, so don't get too keen to trade guys, that is aligned across. Now as Showmaker hits level 2, look where he hits level 2 from. He cues this melee minion from where 99% of Sylas's would stand at this point. This is to try make full use of his level 2 by being as close as possible to his enemy. You see guys, most players and most of you will be standing next to your ranged minions when this power spike comes around. If you don't believe me, go back in your games and watch them and compare your position to Showmaker's. And look what happens when Sylas tries to secure a CS. Showmaker is in prime position to punish his opposite number for being too greedy, but this damage doesn't exist if you're a Narnia. Notice as well how Showmaker leads this trade with an auto attack, and if his Q was off cooldown, he would follow this with a QW. It is essential on YONE guys to practice auto attacking and queuing because it maximizes your DPS, and when you combine this with your E in particular, your mark will deal more damage. Now if you guys notice, for the last 30 seconds, Showmaker has not moved behind this line between these two walls, and another benefit of doing this is Sylas is still level 1. Look at him. He can't auto-attack and kill the CS because of this pressure, so he has to hope the RNG lets him hit level 2. Alright, so Sylas hits level 2 eventually here, and a cheeky trick you can use on YONE guys is what I like to call bluffing. So when you have your whirlwind like Showmaker does, one of the best ways to hit your enemy with it is to run in the opposite direction. Sylas in this situation probably thinks, God, I can finally breathe in CS. That's when you hover your mouse in his direction and pop your Q, and up he goes. Well, not in this case, but I guarantee in your games, guys, you will hit these on repeat. In fact, look what I found. An example of Showmaker doing just that. What a nice guy. Now, it's more effective in this clip, guys, because Sylas cannot see Showmaker in this position. He's in fog, and it's harder to react to when you use your E to set it up. You cover more ground, right? So when you appear out of the darkness, and Sylas, or whoever you're up against in your games, is busy CSing, it's close to impossible to dodge. Alright, so you've got the bluffing down pat. Now what else should you do on YONE? Okay, so the lane finally resets in the middle and Showmaker adopts a more neutral position. Why do you think that is? What is different in this image to when hit level 2? Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, his W is on cooldown, and this is an important ability. It deals damage for sure, but it gives you a shield, and in trades, if you can shield key damage from your opponent, you will 100% win these fights. So Showmaker will wait a few more seconds before moving up. Now the other reason you guys need to respect this situation more is because there is no level difference. Sylas is also level 3. It's not like he's still level 1 or level 2, right? So you naturally have less room for error because Sylas is just as strong. Now I want to smash through some quick tips here guys that will instantly make you a better YONE, and the first one is to watch your Q, and I'm referring to your HUD. You see, whenever Showmaker Qs an enemy, he gains a stack, and you can see this here. This means 1 stack, of course, and it has a timer. This is saying, if you Q an enemy before I run out, then you get another stack in your whirlwind. If you don't, then I reset. Now, your whirlwind doesn't have this timer, but it does have one around your Q's image. You see this yellow timer around it? Now, you might be thinking that's not important. Well, tell that to Showmaker. Now, when I rewind it, guys, and pause it here, look at the yellow timer around his Q. Because he doesn't pay attention to this, he ends up burning flash. Now, I know all of you are Challenger. I was just thinking, well, if the reigning world champion does it, then you might too. Oh, and another tip for not screwing this up is to turn your sound effects up to full blast. When your Q is stacked, it makes a windy, howly kind of noise, and when it ends, of course, you're back to 0 stacks. So this can act as another indicator. Okay, now one of the most important techniques when playing YONE that you have to start mastering, guys, is ulting to safety. You see, most YONE players think their ultimate is there only as an engaged tool. Guys, using it to go for a kill is great, don't get me wrong, but using it to not die is just as impactful. Think of Malphite's unstoppable force. Sometimes it's best to use this to get out of a gank or escape a certain situation, right? Same thing here. Because Showmaker doesn't have flash, how can he survive a gank? What forms of mobility does he have? Well, he has his whirlwind if he can stack it, and he does, and his ultimate. So he uses both to great effect here. It's also crucial to get used to your Fate Sealed's range. It's 1000, so it's a tiny bit longer than your whirlwind distance. Now, because this ability is a blink, watch this. You see how I can extend the 1000 range by cheating the terrain? To do this, your R's distance must carry at least 50% of the structure you're trying to clear, so past halfway. If not, you will do this, and hit the refund button real quick. Look at this example. When I'm close to the wall, I can easily use my R to get over it, right? But I can get to the same spot on the other side by ulting from further away. And this is massive to know because it saves time. And that 1 second you save will be the difference, I guarantee it, between getting a kill and dying. So if I pause it when Showmaker has his whirlwind, he doesn't have to use his R from this far in the brush to get over the wall. He can save time by queuing more to the right and then ulting straight away. Very handy to know this. By the way, a quick detail that you must know about, guys, and this will stop you from failing your ultimate, is that when you ult, if you hit an enemy champion, you blink behind that enemy champion. You don't end up at the max range. So when you're using your ultimate to escape, when you see an enemy champion in that line of sight, remember that the 1000 range will be cut. Keep in mind, though, that you can still ult minions and monsters. These won't affect it. Before getting into the next must-use tip, guys, last reminder to head on over to our website, GameLeap.com, at the end of this video. Let me ask you, do you think I would say this if I knew it didn't work? I mean, I kind of have to say it, but the point is the content we have on our site, guys, will blow you away, especially because Coach Cheese uploads at least a video every single day, so you are always learning and always improving. Get around it. Now, what you also have to get around, guys, is this insane build because it gives you an absurd amount of damage, heaps of survivability, and lots of outplay potential, and who doesn't want that? So Doran's Blade start, very standard, then aim for Berserker's Greaves on your first base, or first death, which is how everyone in Silver bases, then, and listen to this, build a Gale Force. Now, you probably think I'm trolling, but I swear, this is a legit buy, and most players in high elo career are choosing this as their mythic right now. You might not get the sustain you get from Shield Bow, but boy, your outplay potential and playmaking ability is unreal. You can use the active with your Whirlwind, your ultimate, your E, and every combo you have. For your next item, simple. Buy an Infinity Edge. Now, the reason IE is now your second major item is because your passive got changed in 11.1. You scale whatever crit you have by 2.5. So when you have 40% critical strike chance from your items, you have 100% crit altogether. This, as a result, triggers IE's passive, so your crits deal more damage, and remember, your Q can crit, so it is crit central at this point. Your damage is unmatched, and you're that busted that even Mr. Mechanics from yesterday's video would be able to win. Berserker's Greaves, Gale Force, Infinity Edge, guys. You will not look back after getting these 3 items, guys, and applying all of the tips in this video, I assure you. So thanks so much for watching. Remember to leave a like and your suggestions down below. Subscribe and turn on all notifications. This has been Coach Eggs, and until tomorrow's video, repeat.